Welcome to Next Top Singer Season 9. Another exciting competition awaits with challenging themes, talented singers, and crazy judges. Auditions may still be open, so please check the description for updated information. In this first wave of casting episodes, the judges are judging the first 50 auditions. If you make it through, you will be competing with different themes in each round and collaborate with other singers. You will receive honest feedback from judges and scores from 1 to 10 in every round. Singers will be eliminated in every round until the winner remains. Our winner leaves this competition with the coveted title and the $200 prize. The judges are
Petri Sukunimi,
a composer and pianist from Sweden,
Andrea Message,
a former professional musical actress from Wisconsin, and
Mark Cross,
a drummer and radio presenter from England. To make it in, you have to get a yes signal from at least 2 of the judges. 2 no signals means you are out. If you make it in, please read the description for instructions, and don't forget to confirm your role. My name is Patrick Maddox, and without further ado, let the competition begin.
I would move the mountains, make new trees and flowers grow. Someone please just let me know, where do I go? I am waiting on a miracle, a miracle. I would heal what's broken, show this family something new, who I am inside, so what can I do? I'm sick of waiting on a miracle, so here I go. I am ready, come on, I'm ready. I've been patient and steadfast and steady. Bless me now as you blessed us all those years ago, when you gave us a miracle. Am I too late for a miracle?
Number 1, Suzie.
So,
who
let's
wants
go.
to begin
Okay.
with Suzie?
How about me? I will begin. I never begin because you know me, so I will do it this time. I am going to
Plot
New
twist.
Year, new me. New Year, new me. Let's start. Okay. And you know why? Because I love Encanto. Encanto has become one of my favorite Disney movies, and this is one of my favorite songs because this song of Encanto spoke to me the most because there's just so much about waiting on a miracle that just touched me because it speaks to me in my life. So when I saw that Suzie was going to be singing Waiting on a Miracle, I was just like, yes, because I love this song. But there were a few issues for me. The first note right out of the gate was extremely loud. I think you're singing a little bit too close to the mic for one thing. You need to come in a lot softer and let that song grow. The powerful note at the end was a little bit too shouty. I think you have a lower quality mic that can't handle this kind of decibel without the distortion. But in general, I do hear that there is a good voice there. If you could maybe invest in a slightly higher quality mic, I think you could do pretty good. You also got to have a little bit more control. You got to watch the strength versus overpowering yourself. But I think there is something there. Make sure when you're doing song choice, pick where you're coming in the right place, where you're exiting in the right place. Just kind of watch the dynamics a little bit. I give a 6 for this.
Transitions are super fast and don't feel all that smooth as a result. The big note is a bit jarring just due to the power of it compared to the microphone being able to handle it, and then timing off in a few places, but good enough for a first round. So yes from me.
Do none of you remember her, guys? This is Suzie from last season. I don't think Andrea remembered her.
I don't.
Deliberately didn't mention it because it seems like a backward step.
Yeah, I completely agree, actually.
It could be why I don't remember, maybe because it is a backward step, because I don't remember the mic being that bad.
No, I wonder why. Well, I
don't remember that this mic
I was just gonna say welcome back, Suzie, regardless. It was a very harsh cut in the beginning there, and the mic was so distorted with bad audio quality, and that was distracting from your actual performance. You need to lower your recording volume or get a better mic, preferably both. But I did hear some dynamics in this and a good pitch, and you did have some runs in there as well. You're definitely worth a second chance, but this was a very sloppy audition, and I'm quite disappointed since you were in the top 20 last season.
What's that playing on the radio? Why do I start swaying to and fro? I have never heard that song before, but if I don't hear it anymore, still familiar to me, sends a thrill right through me, 'cause those chords remind me of a night that I first fell in love to. Those magic changes, my heart arranges a melody that's never the same, a melody that's calling your name and begs you, please come back to me. Please return to me, don't go away again, or make them play again. The music I wanna hear is once again you whispered in my ear. Oh, my darling, oh.
Some really nice warm tones in there. Not much dynamic in the mix, even though there's clearly some changes in volume happening. I think it might be either microphone or mixing related, just too much compression in there. So something to think about going forward and bringing that dynamic out. But yeah, all in all, a solid and a yes for me.
Yeah, totally. Jaysoop, I think you have a pleasant tone with some warmth in there. There were minor pitch issues in this, and there were no dynamics. Towards the end, you were on your way to give us some dynamics, but you didn't go all the way there. And the runs were a bit loose as well, but it's still a yes with a 5.5.
Okay, this was the one that I said I was on the fence about, and I kind of wanted to discuss with you guys, kind of see where your heads were at. I thought that the voice was a little raw yet. I said the mic could use an update. I think there needs to be a little bit more confidence. I was really on the fence, I was on the fence with maybe come back next season or maybe see what the next round brings. But, if you guys are on board, I gave a 5, Mark gives a 5, you give a 5.5, so you know what, why not? I will say that this is a 5 and a yes, so...
The pushover is back.
See. Well, no, because I was on the fence and it was a 5, so it could have gone either way,
Okay.
so...
Yeah, I was on the fence on several singers as well, so I'm gonna go the same route.
Old friends, why are you so shy? Ain't like you to hold back or to hide from the light. I'd hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I'd hope you see my face and be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love and sometimes it hurts instead.
Lavendercry. So I was impressed by this. You have good runs and dynamics, but there were some strain on the high notes, and you lose your support when you're sliding down after the belting. You have good potential, but you may be a little green. But it's still a green score.
Lavender Cry, for me, I think you have a very nice voice. I think the mix is a little, and the mic might be a little off. Does it sound like it was recorded in mono to you? I don't know. Maybe if it was like my headphones were off, or it just sounded off to me. I don't know. Maybe there just needs to be better recording equipment. I don't know what it was. I mean, it would be a shame if a voice like that gets cut because she can't keep up with similar competition who have better recording devices. I listened like 5 different ways and it just didn't come off right to me. I'm really hoping that maybe there's an upgrade coming in the near future if she continues to go through.
Some of the low notes you just kind of avoid and don't really go down there and stick in your comfortable range, and a few misses on the highs as well. But Adele's always a difficult one to go for and a pretty confident stab. So I'm happy to say yes and on to the next one.
Awesome. And on that
we
mic
are
thing,
rocking.
yeah, 4 already. No, 3.
Wow. We're headed to 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree that she needs a better mic, and there were a lot of bad mics this time around, so a pretty
There
common
really were.
theme
What the
throughout.
hell? I mean, heck, what the heck? I swear. What the heck? There was a lot of mic issues this time around. I mean, out of 50 contestants, there were like 25% or more were really bad mics. What the heck?
Hello, my name is Emma, and I will be singing Good and Goodbye by Madison Beyor. You got blood on your hands, how do you bleed? Boy, it's like treason how you treating me. It's 8 Mondays in a row, 9 days of the week. These tantrums been old, all bitter, no sweet. You're killing my vibe in ways words cannot describe. But I'll try. You put the ovary lover, put the X in next. Ain't no I in trouble, just the you since we met. Cause you toxic boy, I ain't even gotta try to find the G-O-O-D in goodbye.
Emma, for me, I know you guys always disagree with me, but for me, it was a little heavy on the echo chamber for me.
I knew it.
I know you guys always disagree with me, but for me, it killed the vibe, but there was a voice there. And please remember, this is just for all of the competitors, in my opinion. If you got a full minute, please utilize it. I mean, there was like 11 wasted seconds. There was like enough time just to kind of get in another verse if it was better planned, but I still gave you a 6, and I'd like to hear what else you could possibly do. So
Why is the reverb always a problem?
shut up.
All right. Super quick 30-second outline on effects on vocals. They are there to add a bit of color or to thicken or to, just give a little extra bit of polish on the end. The extra little 5%. If you're going beyond that, it just sounds over-processed, over-edited, and very unnatural. And it ends up taking away from what's essentially the point of doing a cappella for round 1 is we get a pure example of what we're working with. And if you cover that up too much with stuff, then it isn't very realistic. Effects done well, you don't notice it. Like, it doesn't stand out to you, but you just kind of feel it. It's like a thickening effect. And that's exactly what reverb should be. If it sounds like you're standing in a tunnel, then you've gone too far.
I can understand on round 1 that you wouldn't want to have reverb because this is supposed to be more raw, but at the same time, if it wasn't a cappella, you wouldn't have noticed it, especially not Andrea. So I think you're taking it way too far when you are removing a couple of points just because of that. I mean, maybe half a point, okay, but not several points, to me at least. So, and I don't think it was so
I didn't
bad.
remove any points.
A super wet reverb effect where you can barely hear the voice. You can still hear the voice here.
I didn't remove points from her just because of the reverb. I just said it killed the vibe for me.
Yeah, but you have in the past, so.
I have in the past because it was real egregious in the past, in my opinion. I didn't think it was that egregious here. I just said it killed the vibe for me. But I also think she didn't utilize her time properly. But this is
Okay,
I
fair
just
enough.
think it was too heavy. It's too heavy. I mean, it's too heavy. It's noticeable.
I think we have different thresholds when it comes to how much is too much. I don't think this was too much.
Too much is when it's unnecessary, and it was not necessary. There was no point to it. It just wasn't necessary.
Okay, we're gonna agree
Okay,
to disagree.
Moving on. Moving on.
Let Mark give his full review now. So.
Okay, sounds good. So there is too much reverb, but I am not marking it down. So the low note throws off. The low note was off in terms of pitch, and then the timing went way off from there as well. So one miss ends up completely unhinging the rest of your entry, and maybe would have been time to go for another take on that. But there is some very promising sustain, so you are right on the borderline for me, but it is going to be a yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, welcome back, Emma. I think that you showed a different register in this song from your chest voice to your head voice, so we got a good grasp of your voice. You have dynamics within the softer area, but there was no strong dynamic in there. More contrast means you're gonna impress more, and there were also some pitchiness in there. But your voice still stands out to me, so of course it's gonna be a yes and a 6.
The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside of your hands, but you played it to the beat.
Check your mixing or whatever, because I'm only getting left channel only from this one.
We could have had it all.
But aside from that, it's a very confident effort. I think you're struggling a lot with breathing, so the sustained notes came out as pretty patchy, and you had to kind of work around that and cut off here and, you know, find your opportunities to work it in. So I think breathing is going to be your big focus, and make sure that you're getting your sound coming out of both channels. But I like the potential from this one.
Yeah, I was gonna comment on the left ear only as well. I wondered if there was a reason behind that, but for only being 13, I think you have such an amazing voice, a great vibrato, a lot of dynamics, a great runs in there. I really believe you when you say you are trained. I don't like the sliding of the last note, but overall it was very good. The audio quality matters though, so make sure to recording mono next time, or make the recording a mono recording, just the vocals in that case. I think you could have a good country voice, because I heard a rapid change between your head voice and chest voice, kind of like you would hear in yodeling, so that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty much the exact same thing I said. Was basically, I wasn't sure what happened with the sound. It was only coming out of one of my ears, and at first I thought it was my headphones, but I tried a different pair of headphones, same thing. You're gonna have to really watch that. I don't know if it's your recording equipment or if it's your settings. Make sure you got your settings right, because if that happens again, I don't know. I mean, that's not gonna work for the competition. And you got such a nice voice that I would hate to see that be your downfall. So, but you got a really good voice, and so I'm saying yes, and I am giving a 6.
Awesome.
When the days are cold and the cards all fold, and the saints we see are all made of gold, when your dreams all fail and the ones we hail are the worst of all, and the bloods run stale, I wanna hide the truth, I wanna shelter you, but with this beast inside, there's nowhere we can hide. No matter what we breed, we still are made of greed. This is my kingdom come, this is my kingdom come.
Finn, I was not impressed by this, because the first half was quite pitchy and you sang in your speaking voice, it was not melodic enough, but when you started to go higher, I heard a little bit of vibrato in it. There was not enough dynamics for an audition, but you may be worth a second chance just because of the vibrato. I was on the fence on this, so the judges are going to have to convince me one way or the other, so this should be interesting.
All right, my turn. Okay. Finn, you are the unlucky one, because now I have to put down my food, and that puts me in a very bad mood. I'm hungry. I'm sorry. I'm hungry. I think it's too raw right now. I think you need a little training yet. There was something building that I could hear, something that might have pulled me into the yes column starting to form, but then the song ended before you could get there. Again, you have a full minute to get to that point for the audition. So that's why I don't always understand the thought process behind using half the time allowed when you want to show off all you can do. I believe he only used like 38 or 39 seconds of the full minute, and you were so close to finally showing something. Like, I could hear it building. Like, the beginning was questionable, the early part was kind of like okay, I could hear something, but it's not there. And then towards the end it was like okay, there's something, and it's over before it got there. You still had a good like at least 28 seconds left where you could have given us something that would have been like, you know what, I think we could hear a little bit more. Let's bring them back to the next round. Try again next season.
Fair points.
I don't think there's much convincing that needs to happen on this one. Too many issues with pitch and timing to be workable over the course of the competition for me, and I'm not really getting a tone I like enough either to say, yeah, let's take a chance and hear one more. So it's going to be a 2.5 and my first no.
I knew you guys were gonna say no, and I did think about giving a yes just because I wanted to be nicer than you guys, but then again, that's not a good reason to. to say that they should go on, so I'm gonna give it a no as well.
You're giving me too many things lately. You're all I need. You smiled at me and said, don't get me wrong, I love you. But does that mean I have to meet your father? When we are older, you'll understand what I meant when I said no. I don't think life is quite that simple.
Well, another familiar name, Dream Kittu. I love the slightly airier voice. The transition for me was a bit hard. When you kind of went down, it sounded a little bit harsher than that light, airy voice. So the transition didn't kind of match. You can hold the same energy when you change voices. Just because you're going into a deep voice and a slightly more intense voice, it doesn't mean you have to lose that sweetness. You can be intense and still have the sweetness without kind of dropping. I mean, I'm explaining it weird because, again, I'm hungry and I'm staring at my food, but I still think it was beautiful. I still love your voice, just like I did when I've heard it in the past. So I am giving this a 7 and a yes.
It's not Dream Kittu's fault that you don't know the clock. You could have eaten an hour ago.
Ah, shush. You don't understand. Our time changes in this stupid place. And Michigan's even weirder because half of Michigan is one time zone, half of Michigan's another time zone. We're flipping all over the place. Come fall, come winter. It's blame
there shouldn't
Michigan.
even be such a thing as summertime. I hate it. Lose 1 hour every summer.
We've got some beautiful tone. The sustain is good. Towards the end of the trail, it ends up sounding very breathy, over the top breathy. I don't know if it's a microphone type thing or if you're just kind of forcing out breath without pushing a note with it. One of the two. And then, yeah, the change from the soft into the more driven parts is definitely a little spiky, and you could smooth that out a little more, but it's very much the same as we saw from the last season. There is some beautiful tone and a lot of control there, and it's going to be exciting to see what happens. It's a 6.5 and a yes.
Yeah, Dream Kittu, you are my Delta Gudrem. Even though you didn't pick her for Judge's Choice last season, you're still my Delta because you sing just like her. I mean, with that powerful resonant low notes, and then you burst and release that stunning head voice. You have some background noise in this though, and I have some mixed feelings about the breathiness. It can give an ambient sound, but it can also sound over the top if it's not a super emotional song. But still, there is a reason you made the top 4 last season, and I can definitely hear it in this song, and it's gonna be an 8 for me. And we used the exact same word, that's why I laughed a bit, because you also said it was quite over the top, so...
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hands, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead when I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Oh, I see you, seen you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey, hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again.
Me and Dance Monkey seem to get on well in this competition, and it's not super testing vocally, so you need to bring this character to it, and this does. So really excited to see more. You just need that bit of attitude to really carry it off and make it pop, because it doesn't have anything like super challenging to trip you up in there, and it's got it, and I liked it, and yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, Mark loves this song, so it's a pretty safe bet. If you have the unique voice to carry it. And I think you do, Alexandria. I think you have a unique voice, and I like your vibrato, and I like the accent as well. But were you trying to copy Tones and I? It was also a little bit thin for me, and the runs were a little loose, and there was no dynamics, but I'm still excited to hear what you're gonna do next time.
Hey, I'm Alexandria. I said a very nice voice. I don't like the song as much as the other two did. I don't think it was the right song choice for you. To me, it seemed like it was a little bit forced, the way she was trying to do some of the guttural sounds. It kind of sounded like they were play acting. It didn't seem like they were natural for her. The songs, like the actual singer, like it just is natural for them. Like that's just the way they sing. And it sounded almost like she was just trying to mimic it. That's how it is in the song when they go, ra-na-na. Just because there's like maybe that gruff kind of guttural growling in a song doesn't mean you have to do it. Just do what's natural for you. But I still think it sounded nice.
Yeah, I also wondered if she copied Tones and I, but we're not gonna know for sure until next round if she truly has this sound in her own artist.
It's a cappella, so sometimes it doesn't come off as well without music, so...
I float in a boat in a raging black ocean, low in the water, and someone must go. Tiny is the lifeboat with people I know. Cold, clammy, and crowded, the people smell desperate, will sink any minute, so someone must go. The tiny is the lifeboat with people I know. And everyone's pushing, everyone's fighting, storms are approaching, there's nowhere to hide. If I say the wrong thing or I wear the wrong outfit, they'll throw me right over the side.
The audio sounded quite tinny and metallic, so there might have been too much noise reduction in there, because that can happen if you do that. You need a better mic too, I think. You have a pretty voice, but I didn't get much out of this audition in the first half. It was quite sing-songy, but then you started to push more. I appreciate the dynamics, but you are cutting your notes quite short, because there was no sustain in this. I really noticed though that you sounded super upset in this, and if that's the emotion you were going for, then you truly succeeded, so you get plus points for that.
Maybe I'm still hangry. I don't know.
Oh no.
Cameron.
Were you hangry when you wrote your comments?
I'm always hangry. I don't know. I said nice voice. The mic quality is unhelpful. I don't know. I heard some qualities that I liked, others I really didn't like, but I'm not sure how much of that was the mic quality. I think the mic quality might have brought down the voice a little bit. Are you going to be able to upgrade the mic? Because if you can't upgrade the mic, are you going to get drowned out by those that have better quality mics as we go forward in the competition? I was really on the fence about this one, and I'm kind of going to wait and see what Mark's opinion is before I make my final opinion. My score is a 5, which is a lean one way, lean the other way. I'm kind of I'm teetering on the red, but let's see what Mark's opinion is.
Okay, well, you guys are probably going to have to fight this one out then. I will drop my score in right now. So for me, it is a 2.5 and a pretty heavy no from me.
Of course.
Ouch. What's your reasoning?
Okay, so a couple of things. I mean, I kind of don't mind if this sneaks in, honestly, as I'm a huge Heathers fan, and when you're a fan of something, you know, you tend to maybe judge it a little more harshly than normal. I don't know how much that factors in or not. My issues with it, the soft parts were too thin, and then the big notes sound very theatrical and over the top and overacted, and I'm not convinced enough that this is going to work out well in other rounds that aren't musical theatre related. I don't know if those big notes can be converted into real power rather than sort of more of a show tuney kind of thing more than anything else. And the softer parts, I mean, they are soft, but there is still dynamic and a bit of push behind them. I don't think there's enough understanding of that either as well. So looking at the whole thing, I'm just seeing too many issues to be able to go forward.
What did you think about the emotion, though? Because I thought she sounded super upset, like I said. And if that is the emotion of the song, then she truly nailed that.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a little too much to go into, but it's kind of a group of 3 girls who are the top of the social group, and it's the third one that kind of ends up getting pushed out in the end. And yeah, that side of things is really brought across. So it's tough. If you can put the emotion into it, but there are so many big issues technically, it makes me worry a little bit. I guess I could be swayed. Like I say, I'm not mad if it goes in.
So Andrea, which way do you lean? Remember the emotion. That's so important.
Emotion is important, but so is quality of the recording equipment.
Fair enough.
There is a cash prize in the end. There are going to be those that are going to be willing to make a few upgrades, or they might be able to borrow equipment in order to be able to compete on a certain level. Is she going to be able to find somebody that she can borrow equipment from and be able to compete on that level? I mean,
maybe there was just too much noise reduction in there that destroyed the recording.
That would have been a lot of noise reduction. That would have been a lot.
But it wouldn't be the first time I have heard those issues.
Let's go to Henry real quick, and I'm gonna leave this open as a think about it.
I have too many yeses anyway. If you want to drop someone this early, then how far are they gonna go anyway? to be honest,
I mean, I'm ready to say. I think I'm gonna lean to no this time.
Okay, sure.
I really am.
Let's just move
I'm just
on.
gonna go with no.
Sorry, Cameron.
Okay.
I never thought I'd see the day. The moon is crumbling, but that's okay. I never thought I'd see the day. The sea is bubbling beyond the shore. I can't quite tell what I'm hoping for. Dive out of nothing and into more. But I can't quite tell what I'm hoping for. Somehow, maybe now I'll find the words to say. Never thought I'd see the day. The sleeping slip has begun to fray. I never thought I'd see the day. The pious hunter stopped stalking prey. I never thought I'd see the day.
I think nice voice. I think you need to bring something way bigger next round if you make it past the other 2 judges. But for me, you made it past. That's all I have. That's literally all I have.
It's going to come down to another tiebreaker. So this is a no from me, 2.5. Another one on the fringe. So there's some warmth, but the pitch isn't particularly under control in my mind, and the timing's off. It's another one where I could be pushed, but I'm seeing too many issues that I don't think are going to get resolved in time, which is my main reason for going no.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really hear those many issues that you are talking about, because I actually think, Henry, that you have a very sweet and soft voice. I enjoyed your vocal fry and your vibrato and that beautiful riff on See the Day, but there was no dynamics in this, and that was pretty much the only issue that I wrote down. So maybe I would need to listen to that again if we were further along in the competition, but I already know that I want to hear more from you, and that's the most important thing here. So you're through. Right. Yay!
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more auditions in the next episode. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.